D-Day, June the 6th, 1944. The Allies' biggest secret. Thousands of ships, hundreds of thousands of men, the future of Europe on the line. And somehow the news got out before it even happened. Multiple times. Let's rewind. On June the 4th, the Chicago Tribune ran a story that basically spoiled the surprise. It wasn't just speculation. It straight up said an invasion was coming, with Eisenhower leading it. Turns out the journalist had seen a restricted briefing document and didn't realise he couldn't use it. When Allied leaders saw the paper, they panicked. But here's the thing, the Germans never noticed. They weren't exactly picking up Chicago dailies on the streets of Paris. But wait, it gets even weirder. 2 days before that, on June the 3rd, the Associated Press made one of the biggest blunders in journalism history. At 4:39 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, they sent out a flash. Allied troops land in France. US radio stations cut into programming. They even interrupted the Belmore Stakes horse race to announce the invasion early. Imagine sitting in the stands, cheering for your horse, and suddenly finding out history's biggest military operation is underway. Except it wasn't. The AP quickly retracted the story, blaming transmission error and begging newspapers and stations to kill it. A little bit awkward, really, there. And then there's Agent Garbo, arguably the most successful double agent of the war, or indeed possibly history. A Spaniard secretly working for the Allies, he'd been feeding the Germans disinformation for years. On June the 6th, he actually sent them a warning that the landings were happening. The catch? His message didn't get through until hours after the troops were already storming the beaches. So technically, he told the truth. But his delay made him look even more credible to the Germans, who thought he was on their side. And it gave the chance for him to then send a message saying, this is a fake, it's that the main invasion is going to be in Calais. Now, oddly, German radio at 8 o'clock German time announced the landings, saying it was the Pas de Calais instead of Normandy. Now, the BBC didn't confirm until 9:30 a.m. with a cautious vague bulletin. Allied naval forces, supported by strong air forces, began landing Allied armies this morning on the coast of northern France. Not exactly clickbait, but it did the job. So, in the end, the greatest secret of the war was almost spoiled in so many different ways.